该于2018年2月21日，该说菲律宾大军的大部分人给他西北邦军的，也给过他波了兰大过啦，离开过马里马来西亚过啦，是那多军是，拉过啦你patilipan过啦，大运该带过啦，kia puna gan过啦，matia kiutunian，拉开那西邦军是，拉kirim ngatu pasariwan军，拉军你老母mas军呢，mau lai nga ko takiutsuban kay kisave tayo軍是，拉ki kai kay kay so kay gukuin ne. Lahat kayong kuta makalilisyan.
Ayusin natin ang ating mga hanay!
是个2018年的2月21日，该说菲律宾军打了西北邦军呢，也有他波了那努克里卡ko marimla silima，我的kia punagan nukur tahan mkai dai ko umawmase ko matia kiusunian，拉开那kisai bang si，拉kita pasirvan ko ini kia punagan ko isi，mau lai nga ko takiutsuban kay kiswa菲律宾来ko kila umawmase ko ko takipultadan nambo ko，kay kiswa kay ko拉kay ko tamakalilisya。
The Department of Justice filed a petition in the courts is that we were all active leaders then up to now of the Cordillera People's Alliance. That's why we believe that, you know, this administration wants to silence protest, wants to silence criticism.
Senator Laila de Lima was imprisoned because he was a very vocal critic against Duterte. Now the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land, is again being ousted by the President. So if the Chief Justice and a Senator can be attacked, how much more to ordinary citizens, including indigenous peoples and activists, who are just asserting their rights and defending our territories from plunder or destructive projects. Human rights defenders who are just promoting justice and equality and democracy. So this regime, as a tyrant, really persecutes the peoples and communities resisting destruction and plunder or resisting the violation of their rights. And so the government treat them as terrorists or criminals.
Grupo para itiamyanan ang son, katribo, kalipunan ng mga
kay kia punagan kaya laki to kalitan. Asilo ane kusingkan kay so Filipin ko kikuli tse sanak kia punagan ko matia kiutsuniane ikmaradano ko ka kitulisya.
He's one of the founders of Amihan.
It's called the Human Security Act, which is the anti-terror law in the Philippines. This means that our communications can be tapped. It means they can freeze our properties, freeze our accounts. We can be arrested and detained, and given the reality of extrajudicial killings in the Philippines, it will not be surprising if we end up, I don't know where, but that's the risk. That's what it means to be in a terrorist list.
Kaya kia punagan ko ini, na dulu man ko tangkar ko kay Filipin ko katsalisian ko pa kay kindi ko takawawan si kay联合国katsalisian ne, pa dumudumuru ko ini ongan ko si kaya mati kay katarasang ililo.
In the Philippines, at least 34 indigenous human rights defenders are accused as terrorists, including the Special Rapporteur on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, Vicky Tauli Corpus, former member of the Permanent Forum, Joanne Carlin, and former MRIP expert, Jose Molintas. This situation is not isolated in the Philippines, as other countries in Asia, such as Cambodia, Bangladesh, and Malaysia, have also experienced repression in the course of defending their lands and resources.
Kikai kay tsayli kula kia pongan kay kadaungan kula katsari siyan kuini lahay kay kutak tupasariwan si kay kutak patsada.
Last year, there was a report of 197 environmental and human rights defenders who were killed, and 50% of these were indigenous persons. The year before, there were 200 indigenous, either 200 killings, and again, it's 40% were indigenous persons. No? So that tells us that this problem is really a serious issue that we need to all put our efforts together to campaign against.
Ay kay ngeme kay so Philippine kay siukura pangeme kay takawangan kaya tabu kulkupai kuin adavan kay so 联合国la kia pongan kuin sadur kay kia punagan kuin lahar kay kuna patsasi pura takiutsba.
These attacks cannot go unanswered. The Human Rights Council must take a strong position. This is absolutely disgraceful that the president of a country could speak in this way, using the foulest of language against a rapporteur that's highly respected. And really it makes one believe that the president of the Philippines needs to submit himself to some sort of psychiatric evaluation. This sort of comment really is unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Kay so kay gugu tapari bulane lapat ko lay ko kimaka la sige ko da tapat sa sanu wat tiga mi ko da tapangimian ko sila pura kay impa pangalupang kay ki 社群网络 kay so kay gugu la linga.
Stop the killings! Stop the killings! Stop the killings! Stop the killings! 停止杀戮！停止杀戮！停止杀戮！停止杀戮！
因为这是那个菲律宾杜特地政权他们所公布的这些恐怖分子名单里面，非常大规模，甚至超越以前的各个政权，将很多的各个领域的这个议题的 NGO 工作者，有性别的，有原住民的，有人权的，甚至有环保的，还有社区工作跟劳工，其实这些议题它都是普世的价值，它不是只有在菲律宾重要，它是包括在台湾，在各个国家都非常重要。
So it's important for the international community to keep up the pressure to the Philippine government to abide by their human rights obligation and to stop impunity. And the international community, like the civil society organizations, we encourage them to reach out to their governments to also speak out. Because all states have committed to respect human rights. And they need to remind each other's obligation on human rights, because then the whole UN system is somehow condoning human rights violations with impunity if they cannot also act on this kind of situation, on the worsening criminalization of indigenous peoples, human rights defenders, rights defenders, and environment defenders. As well as other citizens who are simply exercising their fundamental rights and freedoms.
So as I said a while ago, first we started the conventional tunneling.
Alay sili pa sila panay kay kia punagan kaya ating ala.
为什么他们要针对原住民地区呢？我们都知道。 原住民地区，他们所赖以生存的土地、山林，他们对于这些统治者、资本家而言，代表的就是金钱，代表就是权力。因为这群原住民，他们誓死捍卫自己的主领地，捍卫自己土地，捍卫自己的生存权，捍卫自己的生活方式，而造成这些统治者、这些资本家、这些跨国财团，他们难以 很快速的去掠夺他们土地，获得他们的利益，因此造成统治者、资本主义、这些资本家、跨国财团的威胁。
kay kadayangan ko na kamusalan kay kilakatsari siya na laring imiyay ni Queen. Kaya ya kay kuratay kian kay katsari siya na kay kuka kay sevo kay kajingan ko na kilalaupang utama di kirikisan si kay kurat tangadang utamakan ni siya.
This malicious and draconian petition of tagging us as terrorist is to silence the growing indigenous peoples movement in the Philippines, here in the Cordillera. And they want to create fear and declare legitimate dissent as a criminal act.
Kaya punagan kaya kay kiswa kuti yela ko katsari siyang ro sangi lukuya kay si utapang mian ko ne maro mani ko ara kay ko dumasi tarong mana kay tara mangal katsari ko tapaskan kay ki lawo mas kay kadangan kay kini ta kisamla.
Ang bayan! Ngayon ay lumalaban! Ngayon ay lumalaban! Ang tao! Ang bayan! Lumang ninuno! Depensahan! Depensahan! Ipaglaban!
In the Cordillera, there are 7 of us. And these are the current and former officers of the Cordillera People's Alliance. So on the other hand, this also shows the strength and power that the CPA has achieved through its leaderships for the past several decades. Because if we are not attacked, that means we have no effect. It seems we are not doing anything.
So first, can you...
Kaya siya nukindara naman si manam katsay ko ni Juna ko ni Karino ya. Kaya ko ki what's ko ni amani ko rang ya bulu kay pang kay kindi niya. Sa Hwilriping kay 1970年ko ni tsay ko ni. Sa kad dengan kay kilakwa pingsi laki pona laki to sinarma amani ko what's ko ni ra kaya tulis ay paro kay kanasi pas kay katsay siya kay kindi ko tang bulu.
Here in Baguio, so many activists were illegally arrested. In 1974, I was arrested with my younger sister, Georgie. We were, they raided the house where we were staying in, and then they took us, and then they didn't immediately bring us to the military camp. They brought us to a safe house and they tortured us in this safe house. They tortured us by this electric shock.
Kay matikiyot sana kay niya kurang way gipiniya. Dapat di maring kurang ka sapunan pakai kaya ajuan kay kindi kiyo mas kurang atau kaya kurang kaya ni.
Under this tyranny, it's very important to educate the people and build our strength and unity to resist tyranny. Because we believe that as long as the people are united, no tyrant can defeat the people. And we don't want to allow our children and the people to be just killed, illegally arrested or detained, forcibly displaced from our ancestral lands or indigenous territories, to be maligned as terrorists or criminals.
Communist fronts, no anyati pamadakas tatakot nagrabin.
Kurang merik punagan kay window poliking ya. Ikai ki Hwilriping mako chiang ro sangi luka tsai xian xi la ka su xi ki kay keti yela ni ya. Sa 2018年kay 4月呀，kay so keti yela ni kay ka tsai xian ne la ka mako chiang ko ongan le. La kay ko takini kiningan si la ma ru si kay ko takki zibang kay kitang lisiana. Kay ka man kurang mati ko ni ko tapat sa sangko ta ka rivan. Si la ka na ko kita yuru na si ka daranan par kay padela.
The Cordillera movement against tyranny shows the aims to build the broadest unity, solidarity of the Cordillera peoples against this repressive regime, against this tyrant President Duterte. We don't want more people to be killed. We don't want more people to be just arrested. And we don't want this government to be maliciously tagging us as terrorists. So the establishment of the Cordillera movement against tyranny is a step forward in resisting tyranny.
I think it's important also to use the media to show the truth, to amplify the voice of human rights defenders, because the media is also being used by our government, by some states to influence public opinion by not telling the truth, by fake news, by by instilling fear to the people, and that they are trying to evade their obligations by coming out with different stories.
Ikai 联合国dapat mulan luka 2030 年呀，kaya paru kaya nukai mukhiu kaya utama pelalan kaya sasan kaya ki kacari siang kuda kini ni kaya kaya palak mana kaya niya ke kuda kasorgan kaya maku cingar kuin laku ni kaya katan kaya so Philippines ya kaya kaya kau masama kana kuda maka le la kuda tade la nansi lai patulai kuda maka la kuda tangi bulan-bulan ne takawar ban si karatu tu kuin si dari subung kaya ki mak ado kaya ki ongan